Blog Talk Radio.
In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, and Amen we trust, as the Republic of Mentellect, the real 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, the Mentalists, the Amen race, the bright race. Good evening, I'm your host, the intellectual Newton Linkar race. This is Mentellect Radio, and tonight we're going to be discussing how and why the beast was able to rule over the so-called black race. How and why. A lot of people want to know, how did we get here? How did we get here? A lot of people don't think you went no place. A lot of people think this is just natural. This is just normal. It's natural, and it's normal for you to think of yourselves as black people when your skin is not black. It is natural and normal to think that you came from off slave ships, 100 million you came on slave ships, right? Chained under slave ships, you know, and that these white people were so mighty and intelligent and smart, and, you know, and great, you know, and powerful that they could take us all, 100 million black people, Negro, African, American Africans, and bring us in slave ships, right, to America, feet and hands bound, right, and just basically control our lives, own us as property, own us like farm animals, own us like damn tools, own us like tractor trailers, whatever, own us like guns. We are their property. Really? Really? And some of you have, for the most part, most of the people, a lot have accepted that. So we're going to tell you how we fell from grace. We're going to tell you how. Well, I'm not going to go all the way back to, you know, the fall. I'm going to tell you how they ended up getting control of us in the society. I talked a little bit about how slavery came about when everybody basically, you know, starting with the Arabs, wanted to enslave the so-called Africans. You see, because, you know, when the Arabs and all of them came up and basically took a lot of the knowledge from ancient Egypt, like a lot of these humans do, they take knowledge from us and then turn it around and flip it on us. Most of that knowledge that the Arabs got about algebra and, you know, and all the stuff that the Muslims took and basically flipped, and they try to make it seem like the Muslims or the Arabs, so-called Arabs, which are Caucasians, you know, you dark Caucasians, right? A lot of those people, they want to act like, oh, they had such knowledge of this and knowledge of that. And no, you got your knowledge from ancient Egypt. All that knowledge that the Arabs got was regular knowledge of algebra and alchemy and all this other stuff. That was what the ancient Kemites were doing. That's where the word alchem come from. You see, chemistry comes from the Kemites, which is nothing but experimentation and compounding of things, elements, right? And your Arabs who came around at that time, they started, you know, learning at our universities, learning amongst our priests and sacred people, and that became, or a lot of that teaching went into Islam. It went into the Arab, the Arab religion, which is nothing but Catholicism. Islam is nothing but Arabic Catholicism. That's all that I told you that before, because the so-called Prophet Muhammad, his wife was a Catholic. She was a Arab, you know, Arabian Caucasian Catholic. Okay? So they basically took from us, called our teachings by another name, and then reintroduced it to the world and act like they civilized people. They even went as far as to push Islam to so-called black men, bronze men, who were in the East at that time, who also many of them got enslaved. Because while they said they weren't going to enslave Africans, right? They was going to enslave Africans. Now, you know, talking about in the 1400s or 1300s and things like that, you know, for the most part, you had these European countries. You had these European countries that were basically starving, disease-ridden, and desperate. They needed to get to other parts of the world where our people just happened to be it in, you know, in America, be it in ancient Egypt, even in our relatives in Africa. You know, they wanted to get to these places because we were always in the places where the land was fertile. We were in places where land was fertile, where people were doing things, you know, life was basically moving out. Because if you could eat You know, you can feed yourself, clothe yourself, house yourself. And that's more than half of the battle and survival. So these people were not surviving in their land. So what did they do? They looked to go to other lands to see what they can pillage, to see what they can pilfer, to see what they can steal, what resources they can steal to feed themselves. Like all animals do, they're going to try and survive. So they went amongst our people who lived on the fertile grounds, fertile lands where we could feed ourselves and whatnot. And they basically schemed and conspired to take what it is that we had. How and why was the beast able to rule over so-called black people? Basically, from what I just said, they started with the angle of God, the higher power, because we acknowledge the higher power. And hell, you started getting cooned out in ancient Mesoamerica. Some of y'all at the end, a lot of you started getting cooned out in Mesoamerica at the end, because when the white man came, the white Spaniards came and offered them damn ships. I was up there talking about, oh, that's God, they're gods. We saw white gods. They ain't no made gods. They dogs. They gods spelled backwards. Okay? That's what they are. And you want to worship the image of a dog, a beast, a god. That's why we stopped calling ourselves gods, because God spelled backwards is dog, and dog spelled backwards is God. Why y'all want to worship the image of the beast? Because you again want to be God. The black woman want to be a god. Everybody want to be a god. But like I said, God spelled backwards is dog. So it follows out that you black females who believe in God, y'all like a bunch of black shit. Because what is a female dog? What is a dog? A dog is a female. A female dog is a. So you women who in the church that believe in God, and you believe God is your person, and that God look like you. You really believe in a black. If you believe in a black female pit, because a dog, a female dog is called a. And of course, you black females practice witchcraft, you black witches, a.k.a. And you black males are beta male simps who worship the image of the black because she can spread her legs for you and you get open off of that. We know you sent beta male Adam seed and Adamites gets open off of that. Was the plan? Was this the plan? Yeah, it was the plan. Yes, it was. It was always the plan to get you to get under control and use you as a natural resource, and that's all they did. And they still using you today, trying to get you to vote to keep this sham democratic system going, this democratic issue going, and you stupid chicken don't line up voting, taking part in this issue. Why was this plan introduced for control over our people, who are the most powerful people on the planet? Now we're powerless. Not because of resources, not because white man ain't helping, because we are disconnected from Amen. But now we are coming in alignment with Amen again, the elect of our people, who created this plan of attack. The beast did, the so-called white man, because he knew without this introduction to God and his trickery, and as y'all 5%ers say, his tricknology, he couldn't have got control of our people, because you was always looking to worship something. You ends up hearing about the black man is God. I told you, and y'all don't believe that. Y'all don't believe the black man is God. Raekwon, a.k.a. Raycoon, from the damn Wu-Tang clan, showed you the black man ain't God when he told you he wanted to name his album after the Gambino family. I'm not going to never let that go, Raycoon. I'm sorry, man. You made a coon out of yourself on Vlad TV. But that's what happens when you get programmed for so long, you don't know when you're being coons. You don't even realize that coon spirit just comes out of you on automatic. Why was this plan so successful? Because they kept on working the plan. When you work something over and over and over again without fail, that's how the beast do. He never lets up. He keeps going. You can do something for a little bit, then y'all stop. Oh, I'm tired. Let's do something else. I don't know. Whatever. That's why he kept it going. In your schools and your universities and your damn church system everywhere. He kept it going on TV. He kept this program going. Subscribe. Go join Mentellect Patreon.
It's the Republic of Mentellect, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's infinite capabilities.